Okay, humans' impact on the environment. Let's talk about this. This is the path humans created. Now, why did they create this path? Well, they created it to preserve the wildlife and other areas that people enjoy for the view, such as the wondrous woods where all the wildlife like to play, the water where people of course swim and such, and these rock ledges. Now, why would they create such a thing? They created this walkway to give others the opportunity to use it. So therefore, all the land around the walkway would be undisturbed, therefore preserving nature. And then, therefore, garbage is limited because people don't venture from the walkway. Sorry, a bit windy here. Since people don't venture from the walkway, rangers can easily find this garbage. However, some people prefer to throw their garbage over the edge of these cliffs. Real pity. I believe we're coming up across a rock spot I was at. Please ignore that. I'm making comments to myself all day, because for some reason my group has abandoned me. Alright. Erosion is evident along primarily the sides of the path, due to the fact that the path does not wear away as fast, but these paths have a tendency to follow least resistance, which ironically is where water flows. So, I'll pause here. Okay, now we are back on the path. Well, another path. Now, let's investigate. Hey, I remember that. Bit too well. You can climb upside down that thing. If the camera is shaky, please forgive me. I unfortunately have a tendency to move very quickly, so I will try and slow down. We appear to have converging trails ahead. Wonderful. Anyway. Well, it's not converging trails, it's just... Oh, look at that. A little bit of erosion. They're following it right now. Path of least resistance, which has created a semi-interesting trail. Now, we're continuing onwards through the woods. Now, erosion is a big factor. Here's an example here. That's along the side of the trail. Now, erosion plays a big factor in Devil's. Alright, now back onto the topic of human impact. Humans have had a rather large impact, unfortunately, upon this area. Although large number of the aspects are good, unfortunately, a few of which have been bad, primarily the trash. But the good aspects have played a great benefit to the park. More specifically, parking. Because of the parking being directly inside the park, this allows people to simply walk from their cars and proceed right to the trails, giving them easy access. Now, this parking also encourages people to visit the park, which helps, since it is charged a small fee, unless you have a state sticker. You are thereby helping fund the park. You're helping keep the park alive. You're helping the rangers keep it clean. So, if you ever wish to visit Devil's Lake State Park, I encourage you to only bring what you will eat, bring only what you'll drink, leave no trash behind, and please, Respect the park at all times. Do not wander too far from the trail, unless you are a climber, much like myself. I climb rocks and boulders, but I only climb rocks and boulders. I do not hike absent-mindedly through the greens of the park. If you're wondering why I'm doing that right now, that's because this is a picnic area. This is where a common place for park people to dine. Whereas I am proceeding to now is both the ranger station and a dining place where people can get their food and eat. Now, this place also happens to be situated very close to the beach. Well, one of the two beaches. So, people have plenty of reason to come visit the park other than just simply dining and venturing through the park aimlessly. Now, I will conclude this for now, and will proceed onwards to my destination. Thank you. I seem to have stumbled upon the remains of an old bridge, possibly used for trains. However, these are the current train tracks. I'm going to cross them quickly. I will not follow them, simply because it is against rules. Now, this is the place I have described to you before. This is the place where people come eat and hang out at the beach. Now, if I can only find my group, which were a bunch of morons, and I have yet to locate them. Please excuse me. I wish to locate them right now.
Do not tap on the glass. That's where we can find them. Oh, geez, did you see it? He's just chilling. Kind of stinks on this.
I'm now proceeding along the Tumbled Rocks Trail. This should be an ideal place to check for tide levels. Unfortunately, I do not see any at the moment, but I do see plenty of rocks, hence the Tumbled Rock Trail. But I do not see any signs of where the weeds are the highest, nor do I see a location of where, such as the rocks stop or start this mountainous pile. I wish to investigate further. I'll have to do some research. Once again, my crew has abandoned me. Thankfully, though, I know they're behind me. Therefore, I plan an ambush ahead. Hopefully, I'll be able to catch them off guard. Ah! Up there. Can you see it? Just below the birch. There appears to be some sort of water run. Up there, more wash. Quite possibly from rain. Erosion is a key factor in forming this great lake. Well, I told them I'd meet them at the picnic area. But I'll look backwards every now and then, just to make sure they're far enough behind for me to put my plan to action. Not currently. Unfortunately, they can still see me if I ever disappear off the trail. So, in order for me to execute this, I must be prepared. I must choose my moment wisely. And I will need to pre-scout my location. Ah, here we go. This appears to be a fine spot. Look at that. Lots of water erosion has pushed these trees over time. Now, they become what they are. Fallen debris that must be trimmed to maintain the trail. Fascinating. This tangled mess of weeds may indicate where the water level is the highest. Then again, this trail would not exist. So therefore, I must conclude that this trail sits above the main high tide. At least not during the flood season. I guess the trees don't like this path very much. Anyway, I would love to take you on my excursions from my point of view. This is about as close as I can do without figuring out a way to get the camera on my head and then having both my hands free. Because usually I climb a lot with just my hands and feet. Although I will say this, I wish I'd brought different shoes. But then again, these are really good shoes. We seem to have grown in elevation a little bit. I see a path ahead. Maybe a little detour. Hold on. Yes. Oh, standing pool. Detour successful. I will now prepare my attack. Where to attack from? Where to go? They're clearly at the site. So now I must prepare my attack. Pudding must be cautious due to the excessive growth of algae. That's good, but let's start over. I'm going to just proceed higher. Maybe I can get a better view. Devil's Lake, my home. Well, I'm going to proceed with my plan. Wish me luck. This documentary by Jeremy Panarelli was done during his Planet Earth class. What you're hearing in the background is a train. Hopefully, one will pass over the tracks so we can all view. Unlikely, but possible. This was filmed at Devil's Lake. If anyone who was in the video does not wish to be in the video, please notify me immediately. I shall remove the video immediately. Thank you for your time.